Students will write, and let me do this. Students will write linear equations and expressions, and students will also simplify expressions when possible. Well, we talked about simplifying expressions, and you see these two different words, equations and expressions. So I just want to take a minute and explain the difference. Once I show you, I think it'll be easy to recognize which one's an expression, which one is an equation. So let me give you an example. Let's see. A plus 3b equals 7. A plus 3b minus 7. 2b plus 4b minus 12 plus 8b plus 4a. We'll make it really long. And let's do one more. 7a minus 6b plus 2b minus 3 equals 2b plus 4. Make that one long too. All right. Equations and expressions. I've got 4 different ones, and as it turns out, I made 2 of each. And I'll give you a minute to think about what's the difference between an equation and an expression. I'll give you about 5 seconds. Go. All right, hopefully you came up with an answer in your head, or a guess at least. Well, I'll give you the answer. The difference between the two is an expression, and here I'll circle expression. Let me grab my orange marker. Here's an expression. Expression. The only difference between an expression and an equation is an equation will have an equal sign. Equation, equal sign. Equation, if I start writing it out, the first 4 letters are E, Q, U, A. And if I change my mind in the middle of it, I could say equal sign. But equation, the first 4 letters give it away. If there's an equal sign, it's an equation. And equations are, the reason there's an equal sign in there is because it's saying something to us. It's communicating an important concept of the 2 sides being equal to each other. An expression doesn't do that. I'm just using algebra or algebraic letters that have been defined, or sometimes maybe they haven't even been defined, but I'm using it as a shortcut way of saying something. So an expression does the same thing as equation, because it's a shortcut way of saying something, but there's a second part of it, and it's a balanced thing, and it's so well balanced that they put an equal sign between them, because these two are, if there's an equal sign in algebra, this value is the same as this whole side. So we put the equal sign. So equation has an equal sign. That's all there is to it. And once you catch on to that, all I have to do, is there an equal sign here? Oops, sorry, I erased some of it. But there's no equal sign. So this is an expression. And this one, there's the equal sign, so it's an equation. So if you're ever asked to identify, and you may be on a future assessment, one of our standard assessments, if you're asked to identify whether it's an equation or an expression, just look for the equal signs. If you find an equal sign in that whole big long thing, it's an equation. If you look through there, well, there's a plus and a minus and a plus. Let me rewrite that. There's a plus and a plus, but no equal sign. Well, then it's an expression. Simple as that. Thanks.